Hello，先生小姐，歡迎你返嚟 Loser Club，我係路。而家係福爾摩斯嘅時間，我哋喺呢個laboratory 嘅門口。好 ，open the door。What？ Red bottle trace。喂，有啲咩嘢喺度？咦，有啲人放嗰啲濕嘅樽喺度。
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
Okay. Like the gold dust.
Good heavens. What's it doing here?
Okay.
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
可能純正毒藥喺度。
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around. Several drops of the substance were spilled. The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent.
Toby.
We need a good nose.
Toby 又要揾你啊！幫一陣先啦，我哋查埋一堆啲嘢先啦。Fresh Toby 又要叫佢過嚟。Chemistry bottle.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Okay. 都幾多喎。Photograph.
A phonograph used for voice recording. Remarkable.
Okay.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Cylinder 呢個咩嘅245S，睇先點樣 handle。
I don't hear anything.
OK， 咁即係要放入去先喎，篤塞落去，然之後聽下先。OK， 可以用啲咁嘅嘢嚟錄音，咁得意嘅呢啲咩嚟嘅？真係唔知嘅，未見過。Edison Standard Phonography，OK。
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
Evidence required。仲有其他嘢？冇啦，呢度冇其他嘢啦，係啦。OK， 咁Martin 都有研究過下嘅，等陣呢個係咪？頭先好似冇嘢，冇關事。Martin 都有研究過下啲植物會唔會放毒啊。
It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
OK， 冇乜嘢呢邊，有衫喎，咦，防毒面具啊 ，protective gear 喎。中間唔見有
It
套喎。
appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here. Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
咁似乎有人攞咗去用啦，咁攞咗去用之後就可能死咗啦，可能就燒咗套啦。University of Cambridge Botanical Section， OK。
A botany book.
後邊呢 Albert Dunn。
This student's book belongs to Albert.
Repeat year。OK。咁即係重讀啊！佢似乎真係冇乜天分咯。咁似乎佢殺人嘅動機唔大。
The employee's cloakroom.
OK。
Locked.
Holmes, Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this
Do
door.
we really need?
It does not matter.
Okay.
We will open it.
Of course， 我哋福爾摩斯嚟噶嘛，梗係爆門入噶啦。又喐咗最遠嗰個先啦，揾翻條線出嚟啦，跟住慢慢再喐下。呢個睇下揾唔揾到條線出嚟先。叮，呢度有個叮，然之後咧，咁即係呢個唔係呢條呢度位呢個位啊。咦，喂，咁複雜嘅咩好似？咁即係呢個唔係呢個位啦，黃色嚟，分開喐嘅可以。呢個咁樣啦。 即係呢一個唔係呢一個位咁樣可能係冇喎，但係都得咧忽咗基本上。rotate all 睇下先，下邊仲有好大塊喎。跟住咧，呢度又有忽可以喐嘅，咁睇下邊忽，又唔係咁樣喎。OK， 呢度開嘅喎，咦冇第二個窿咯，咁即係呢度中間有啲嘢，但係點駁㗎？點揾唔到地方駁咁得意？或者可能唔係用呢個駁喎，睇先啦，咁樣轉過嚟。咁有可能係將呢一個呢一個有啲難啊，可能係咁樣轉過嚟。咦，可以褪嘅？唔係啊，係喎，真係可以褪喎！咦，可以褪嘅定褪翻好啲先。喺呢度揾到啦。咚咚咚，搞掂 ，yes， 跟住就可以喐佢啦。咦，呢一個又可以喐嘅喎，可以咁樣喐過嚟。應該係呢碌啦，咁就真係成碌過睇下先啦。呢個咁樣駁過嚟，然之後黃色呢碌過嚟呢一度。跟住咧，中間呢碌，中間呢碌唔關事喎。咁即係咁樣嘅，咁即係唔使喐喎呢碌，其實咁樣喎。仲差啲咩？一搞掂 ，yes。Open Sesame， 好睇下人哋啲衫褲係咪先？喂，有冇留低啲底褲喺度？一定冇咋，仲諗住偷啲底褲去買添。有住好多人中意買啲咁嘅女仔着件嘅底褲㗎嘛。Okay, dear mother and father, I'm writing this letter with reluctance to ask for your help. My study and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear, therefore, that I may not be able to manage in long term. I know that we have had our disagreement in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her study due to lack of money? 梗係會啊，OK， 呢個咩嘅
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. Apparently, Miss White is a
Diploma
capable
Master
student.
Degree in Chemistry Award 圖喎，咁佢識
Apparently,
㗎。
Miss White is a
Special
capable
mention
student.
and congratulations to jury，OK， jury box。哦 pen， 咦好多嘢咁啊！頭先啊，倒圈後邊有咩花紋，冚翻埋佢，底冇嘢。好，開咗佢先，會唔會倒出嚟啊？倒佢出嚟，倒佢出嚟，係唔會嘅。哇，好
These
多噃，
jewels must be worth a small fortune.
真係有錢啊佢，又或者冇錢嘅。
A vanity purse. It is of high
咦
quality.
名牌袋喎，咩牌子啊？冇牌子，有牌子喎喺度，但係睇唔到咩牌子。應該唔係路易威登喎，咁啊英國應該係波波里咯 ，Burberry， 或者好似 Coach 好似都係英國定美國咁嘅添。Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years have passed since you left without any fault of us? You have never shared with us any detail of your success at the university, but you choose to do so now. We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friend. Yes, we are modest people. But you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done. And none of us ever compromise their reputation, as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, It is you who make us feel ashamed. OK， 想問屋企人攞錢，結果失敗咗。呢封信 Dear Margaret, I know how your financial trouble are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me I reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Your devoted servant 真係狗公 devoted servant，即係同老豆爭女，咁好混亂喎。應該唔關事啊 ，White family，White and Dunn。OK， 咁佢兩個有啲關係啊，咁搞到就好唔開心。White situation, Margaret White's study and social situation were completely dependent upon Montague's death. Okay. Why? 都係嘅，咁佢死咗可能唔係，應該唔會繼承到啊，冇可能啊，係屎橋蛋啊。好，咁睇下其他嘢先。你收埋啲咩啊？
Martin Hamish's locker。
定冇戇居。想。咦？呢一個係佢頭先應該有信可以下到。OK，Father and I, Kew Gardens。OK， 咁即係佢嗰個咩鬼嘢 Reynard
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
A letter from somebody. Martin Hamish ambition. Mr. General Security, recent event unfold at Kew Garden obligate me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letter, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, and so I was happy to comply. But now, Kew Garden lies in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency, so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead, and free my mind from this uncertainty, and get a raise, and get a better wife. 但好似未結婚嗰句，whatever 啊，好。
Martin Hamish studied chemistry.
Interesting. 咁佢都有研究過好多嘢，好多關於
Albert's locker.
咦，有船仔喎，幾得意啊
Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea.
有封信 refusal letter， 有咩睇？一陣先。
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Oh no！ 想入海軍學院 Royal Navy School of NCO， 咁佢想做海軍嘅官員啊，海軍軍官。Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent result with our entry examination, we are unable to invite you into the Royal Navy. Your father, Mr. Montague Dunn, has expressed his intention to entrust you to the directorships. 都係 ship 啦，其實都係船嚟嘅，都係海上面嘅嘢嚟嘅。Of Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew, and it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept all our best wishes for your future at Kew Garden. Yours very faithfully, somebody 咁就。咁佢都有隻船咧，叫做 directorship 咯，都好嘅。仲有啲咩？有啲咩可以發現到？冇咩睇嘅，其實喺度。有啊，原來有收埋份嘢。
Young Albert standing with a woman in front of London University.
唔通呢個就係 Margaret White？OK。咁似乎佢都真係得罪幾多人喎，阿蒙特嬌。陰公啊！搞到個仔讀唔到海軍學院。
What should we do?
你唔好問我。搞到個仔讀唔到海軍學院，仲要俾人恥笑佢生得矮，仲要睇數睇相嘅自己，就戇居居，真係慘。 Nursery. Open the door.
Nursery.
原來唔係。
These young plants must be delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
係啊，原來唔係救人嘅，我以為人受咗傷，跟住可能會入嚟度咁睇下花花草草，俾啲食人花襲擊咁咧，又搬佢過嚟 nursery。如果唔係都幾傷下。Exhibition of garden plants.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens.
咁佢另外地方有開 University of Oxford's Botanic Garden。OK 喺一個牛津大學。Plant Kingdom 呢啲咁嘅植物啦，跟住 OK。
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
OK， 咁佢都係啲幾掂嘅人啦，喺種花嘅能力嚟講。Window。
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
可以喺度掉嘢入去喎，咁即係 work desk。
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
OK， 佢有寫説話就放喺呢度，佢真係啲嘢周圍放嘅，即係好唔整齊喎。佢喺度間嘢就真係，就有冇其他嘢執？冇咯，冇其他嘢執咯。啲花花草草，櫃桶啲空嘅。冇啊，冇啊，冇啊。有冇啲特別嘢？冇啊，冇咩特別嘢。有棵草嘅。冇咩特別嘢啫呢度。呢個櫃桶。冇啊，冇啊，冇啊，冇啊，冇啊，係啊，冇啊，冇咩特別嘢啫喺度。但正常如果有嘢的話，應該冇嘢的話，佢自己走，自己離開嘅，咁得意。No， 我唔係想撳呢個，我想撳呢個，撳唔到啊，撳唔到 LB， 開個 imaginary 出嚟。Imagine all the people。應該仲有嘢未揾到咁滯。
A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
OK， 有咁多證據而家，好多證據喎。Dialogue。Search archive。跟住就啲咩呢 ？fragment 呢啲仲未揾到。What the？ 發生咩事
？An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year.
一個呢
A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin
Master
Hamish.
degree 話個個人都好高，好高學歷喎。喺呢個年代 ，master 真係好高，即係唔似依家咁樣 ，master 周街都係。OK， 仲有冇其他嘢呢？沒有，這裏都沒有。呢度呢？沒有。呢個唔使理佢，呢個戇鳩嘅。冇嘢。咁似乎呢度冇嘢。呢幅嘢呢 exhibition New Garden 咧 Kew Gardens。Alright， 咦？有啲咩喺度？有石像喺度喎。
I am curious if the marble that we found. Here it is.
喺度，喂，果然係啊。
The marble fragment that we found in the Colonial Collection Room is what they have in common.
居然係自己石像。
It is a bust of Montague Dunn.
真係咁自戀條友，冇話。呢度咧，咦
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
仲有咧，呢度有啲咩？都係一樣嘅喎，冇咩特別嘢。呢度咧開唔到，咁即係冇乜嘢啦喺度。頭先啊，應該冇係咯，冇嘢喺度。OK， open the door， 開晒啲鎖先。Seed house， 咁你可以探下 Miss White， 睇下佢靚唔靚女先。都喺度。套衫幾老土下，不過都係嘅。19世紀，即係老土咗百幾年。百幾年前嘅潮流，家下就係老土。
Good day to you, miss. You
Oh,
have
okay,
some
well.
very beautiful plants here.
You are very
Why,
beautiful.
thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
Yes. OK， 睇下佢先啦，研究下佢先。expensive perfume， 好，咁都聞到，聞到佢價錢。冇嘢喺度。Big boob，big boob，no big boob。呢個咧，哇！隻手做乜鬼嘢佢？Pink mark。Poor family，OK，poor family。跟住仲有啲咩？呢度手指喎 ，unmarried。咁正常啊，佢都係學生妹啫，依家雖然佢 master degree 啊，做咩事好似好迷茫咁佢。
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Really?
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
講埋晒啲咁嘅揞住良心講嘅説話啫。
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Really?
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honour.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh, yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Okay.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
陰公啊！但係佢都讀到 master degree 喎，大佬。或者唔係repeat 嘅喎，其實佢讀書都唔係咁叻嘅啫。
The Divine Syndicate. Does that name mean anything to you, by any chance?
Not at all. But it is a very pretty name.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys.
Oh.
He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
原來佢都有鎖匙嘅。
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared. So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
梗係啦。好啦，咁我哋睇下有冇啲咩 clue 可以集合埋一齊先。喂 ，study poison，OK，deadly plant stolen，herpes，OK， 都唔係喎，都唔得喎啲，暫時 clue 都係唔多夠，再揾多啲先。
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room.
太遠啦，隔咗幾層，閂埋先，有手尾。啊，頭先我唔記得閂喎。呢度開都係睇唔到嘅。OK， 閂埋。咁似乎係馬田個嫌疑比較大啲啊！而家。冇咩特別嘢，呢度又冇，得華生又冇咩用咧，佢就係負責湯屍嘅啫。咁我其實請個斬叉燒佢都 OK 啊，唔需要華生啦。
A ventilation system.
OK。 下先，我暫時有啲咩 clue 喺度咧？暫時有啲咩 evidence 喺度？有啲好多對話 photography father。OK， 然之後我跌翻先旗。咁我翻去問下佢哋先啦。佢哋一個喺個倉庫度，一個就喺門口。咁去咗門口先啦，門口近啲。仲喺度淋花，成日都淋呢幾棵花會唔會淋死佢哋啊？你咁樣 ，Hello， 唔好淋住啊，同我傾下偈先。
Mr. Hamish, was someone from your family connected with Kew Gardens?
Family? No. I'm the only one with a passion for botany.
Really? Really?
I do not think so. This photograph of you and your father at Kew Gardens suggests the opposite.
But you have no right to.
Do tell us more about your father.
點解要隱
He
藏呢佢
was, indeed, the greatest botanist of his time in the British Empire. He worked together with Montague Dunn until the end of his life. He brought me in at the age of 12.
Did he get on well with Mr. Dunn?
No, I couldn't say that. They expanded Kew Gardens together, that was all. And it was all my father's work, for Dunn always lived the high life.
So Mr. Dunn was not helping your father?
Oh, yes, he provided the financial support. And as far as he was concerned, that fulfilled his role. But the worst of it was, he declared himself as the master of Kew Gardens. Fame meant nothing to my father. So it was easy for Mr. Dunn to take all the credit.
OK， 咁佢有更加多動機喎依家。
There is a bust of Montague Dunn in the nursery.
A bust? Oh, that old thing. Further proof of that outrageous ego of his.
But why in that room in particular?
Oh, I don't know. It has always been there.
Really? Really?
It is strange, because I recovered a fragment of the bust inside the Colonial Collection Room.
Really? Oh, well, so I am mistaken. It ought to have been removed during the clean-up. This room is so small.
Do you know who moved it?
I have no idea. Surely Mr. Dunn requested it. Do you have any more questions like this? Because fragments of rock are not my responsibility.
Evidently.
好大嫌疑喎
Thank you,
佢
Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
好，我哋喺度揾埋條友，搜集埋啲證據先。Hello, Albert. Albert Wesker 啊，唔係 Albert Dunn. Hello.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Really? 咦，冇嗰封信喎。OK， 唔緊要，咁 Albert 好啦啫。
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly
梗係啦，
against
睇過呢
the idea.
封信啊嘛。
He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
陰公咯。
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again
佢
soon.
都有動機嘅，但係佢冇咁嘅能力咯，暫時就係、因為佢自己覺得係戇鳩仔嚟嘅。Albert's ambition, humiliation, theft and murder. Albert's motive. Albert had a motive to kill his father, Montague. Montague has thwarted Albert's dream of joining the Royal Navy. By killing his father, Albert could have his revenge and eventually succeed in his father's place as director. What the fuck? 呢一個真係唔係幾講得通咯佢啊！咁如果佢係真係去懟冧咗佢老豆，咁佢正常應該就唔會繼承啦。咁應該因為呢啲理由而懟冧佢老豆的話，咁佢就會跟住就去揾翻去 join 下個 Royal Navy 啦。反正佢都 基本上都收到嘅，已經係 send 上嚟話，其實我哋收得你嘅，但係你老豆話唔俾你去咯，咁樣真係即係幾仆街下。睇先，仲有冇啲咩？仲有應該仲有啲 clue 喺度。Wait, study new director。Hamish anger 呢度有一個嘢 ，Hamish motive。Martin Hamish had a motive. He believed that he and his father lives had been ruined by Dunn, who had taken credit for all of their work. Hamish wished to take over the directorship of Kew Garden, but he knew that would not be possible with Dunn still alive. 所以對諗佢呢個都有可能。點解呢個咁淺色嘅？哦，因為未喐過啫。就冇咧，呢個冇，其他冇乜嘢。OK，咁暫時未揾到啊 Mrs Wife 嘅唔係 Miss Wife 嘅 motive 喎，翻去抄下嘢啊！另外帶下狗仔過嚟啊！另外咧，頭先我哋睇下啲 profile 先啊，喺度。咦，呢度仲有個人嘅，咁得意。呢個下一個 chapter 啦，係啊，最後一個 chapter 3個咁少嘅。OK，Miss Margaret is a beautiful young lady who appears moderately wealthy. Nevertheless, her hands can be seen to be marked by tiny brown dots. These were caused by pellagra, a condition that emerged after a prolonged period of malnutrition. They revealed that her childhood was a poor and unhappy one. However, the sign of wealth and that we see now clearly indicate a significant change in her life. 咁佢以前都好窮啊，窮到因為唔夠營養而有嘅手上面有啲奇怪嘅癦。But anyway， 好啦，咁我下集再繼續啦。咁我下集會翻去去研究下，因為我哋有啲資料揾，另外去揾阿 Toby 翻嚟幫手。好啦，咁啊今集去呢度先，下集再繼續啦。多謝收睇，拜拜。